Here is your market update for June of 2021. Inventory has held steady at 0.6 months for June. That means that if no new homes came on the market in August, the current homes on the market would sell in a little over 2 weeks. A balanced market, this is just a reminder, you probably already know this, but a balanced market is when there is 6 months of inventory. A seller's market is when there's less than 6 months, and a buyer's market is when there's more than 6 months of inventory. So clearly we are in a super seller's market. The sellers have all the powers. It's really hard for buyers to see that sometimes, especially when they're just starting out and they don't fully understand yet what this is going to look like for them. Negotiating is really hard still. One thing that I've been trying to do with some of my clients is like, let's go take a look at some of these houses that have been on the market for 7 to 10 days. I know that that seems like not an enormous amount of time, but in this market where I think the average days on market is like 18, that means that most homes are selling in 2 to 4 days. And then there's some homes maybe that were super overpriced that are sitting on the market for longer. So if we can look at homes that have been on the market even for a week with no offers, then all of a sudden you can negotiate a little bit because that seller probably really did overprice their home. There's a reason why it didn't sell so quickly. Total market time decreased to 16 days, so homes are still selling really, really fast. New listings, there were 15% more listings in June of this year versus June of 2020. The listings in June also increased 6.7% from the number of homes listed in May of 2021, so just last month. Offers accepted. There were 3.6% fewer offers accepted in June than in May. So we had more listings on the market, but fewer offers were accepted. Inventory backlog is starting to slowly build back up, hopefully. Closed sales, closings increased 16% from May to June. Closings were also up 33% from the 724 closings in June of 2020 to the 966 of June this year. So that's really good news, trending in the right direction. Year-to-date summary, comparing the first 6 months of 2021 to the same period of 2020, new listings are up 13%, pending sales increased 18%, and closed sales increased 30%. Sales prices, comparing the first 6 months of 2021 to the same period of 2020, the average sales price has increased 19% from $422,900 to $502,000. In the same comparison, the median sales price increased 15% from $389,000 to $449,000. That is so much money. Prices have gone up so much. That's crazy to me. I'm just still like letting that sink in. I sold my house in Camas 2 summers ago. Really wish I would have waited on that. Active residential listings. This chart shows how low the inventory is. My stat about new listings in June being higher than June of 2020 is kind of misleading because it doesn't show how depleted the backlog of inventory is. Normally there'd be so many new listings on top of all the other like the older listings from the past 6 months that were still in the market. But in this market, the new listings are selling right away and they're not available for months like they used to be. 30, 60 days used to be kind of normal for selling your house. Realtors are mostly showing clients homes as they're coming on the market, and there's very few of those stale listings where clients can expect to negotiate a lower purchase price. Closed sales. I find this chart interesting because it highlights how closings have not really been that affected by the pandemic. For every month so far in 2021, there are more closings than in the past 4 years. Yes, there are fewer listings, but more buyers are actually purchasing homes now. So keep in mind the growth rate of Clark County and the fact that we have more people moving in. So this number is definitely going to keep going up as our population continues to grow. All right, that's all I've got for you today on my little market update from June of 2021. Let me know if you have any questions. I do like to share this information every month. I know it probably doesn't really seem that different from the one that I put out last month, but honestly, it helps me to learn every month and be on top of my game as a broker in this area, knowing what's going on in the market. And I do think it's really good information for clients to be aware of as well, especially if you're heading into this market as a brand new buyer and you don't know what to expect. And it is... it's getting better. I see it getting better. We are having an easier time getting clients under contract. And I've had, a couple listings lately that I'm like, man, we've been on the market for 4 days. Where is that offer that I thought we would have by now? So I think that we are absolutely trending in the right direction, and it's still a really great time to buy. Rates are still really, really low. So if you have any questions about the process, I do have that video about the steps for a first-time buyer, things that you need to know. So I'll put it up in that corner so that you can watch that if you're interested. Otherwise, really the best way to reach out to me is just by phone or email, and or you could do a comment. I always respond to those. So all right, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.